Welcome back, everybody. We are entering spring, woohoo! And that means it may be time to repot your plants. But what is the right way to do it? Joining us with tips is our good friend. There she is. You would think the plants would be the most beautiful thing in that shot. No, she's the most beautiful thing. It's Shayla from the Plant Penthouse. Hi, Shayla.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing swell. You want to know what? I had a lemon blueberry biscuit from Betty and Earl this weekend.
Oh,
divine.
Thank you. That's so sweet of you. I appreciate that. I'm very proud. Well, and I'm proud of you because you know all this stuff. I don't know this stuff. So let's talk about replanting pots for spring. Why is this important?
You know, it's really important because spring is the start of growing season. So a growing season is anywhere from April, May, and then going all the way through to September, October. And so it's really an ideal time to take advantage of the growth spurt your plants are having and to maximize.
And this is the best time. Why specifically, if I can ask?
Right specifically. So as the plants during the winter, they're dormant. And so as you get into spring, there's a few things to look for to tell if yours are ready to repot. So 5 common signs. Obviously, there are an exhaustive list of more. But first, if you can visibly see roots coming out of that nursery pot, that's a sign that it's time. Otherwise, if it's unusually thirsty or you feel like, okay, more than the usual occasion, I'm having to add a lot of water. Third, something to look out for is if you're doing everything that you can and you're still seeing yellowing or browning leaves, that could be a sign that your plant is ready for some fresh soil. And then the last 2 is if it's been 12 to 18 months since the last time you repotted it, it's probably a little snug in that pot, as the ones in my background are definitely due for repotting. And lastly, which is one that can span any season, is if you have any type of insects or pests on your plant babies, then you're going to want to give them a good washing and some fresh soil.
So again, just to recap, so signs to look for: roots, thirsty, browning leaves, right? Those are the things to look for.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And now tools. What do we need? Because this is where I'm really depending. What do I need to get?
Yes. And this is another one where you do not have to break the bank. There's just a few key tools that I recommend. The first is a good pair of shears. Of course, I wanted to get ones with a little bit of design on it, but if you don't have shears, honestly, you can use some normal cutting shears or any type of scissors that you can get at Target or any big box retailer. You don't need anything fancy, and those will come in handy when we talk about repotting. Another thing that you're going to want to have is a pot that is at least 1 to 2 inches larger in size than the current pot it's in. Going slightly up in size allows those roots to spread and get comfy without getting shocked. If you go up too big in size, there's too much room for that, for those plant roots, and that could actually have an adverse effect. So 1 to 2 inches in size, and that'll keep you covered. And lastly, which is the most important, is fresh growing medium. So there are some schools of that where you want to make your own soil, and you can do that with just simple potting soil, and you can get a perlite mixture, like I have these, where it's either like lava rocks or even charcoal. And that allows, as you're repotting your plants, when you mix that in, it allows for better absorption and also nutrients. But guess what? You can go to any big box retailer and cut to the chase, and they have it done for you, where this is just the soil and the perlite's already mixed in there.
Shayla, I'm so glad you talked about the size of the pot, because I will tell you that is the one thing, and I've done this a few times over the years, it is the area where I don't know what to do, and I'm afraid to make the wrong move. So I'm glad that you said you can buy too big of a pot. That can mess you up.
Yes, it can. And that's one thing too, is sometimes you'll think that right when you get a new plant to bring it home and repot it. And that's actually not the case. A lot of times I actually leave my plants right in the nursery pot, and I will just, cheat and stick it in a decorative pot. And the nice thing is, if it doesn't have a drainage hole and it's not time to repot, if you just stick it in there, then it actually buys you more time before you need another pot.
Okay, let's talk about steps for success.
Yes, I like to keep it as easy as 1, 2, 3. I don't like to do Crazy. And so, step one, plant prep. An example I have here is I have my pothos that is actually due for a repotting. And so when you get it out of the pot, you're going to want to massage those roots. As you can see, this is a clump. And so you're really going to want to loosen those roots so they are elongated and have room to grow in their new pot. And so once you've given that good massage, you can go ahead and prune away any, let's say, dried roots, if you see any, or any yellowing leaves. I know I have one right here that can go when it's time to repot there. Second, then, once you have your new plant baby clean and fresh, is pot prep. As I say, there's always drainage hole, no drainage hole. If there is no drainage hole, I start by adding a layer of either lava rocks or charcoal, just to allow better absorption. And then once I have that layer down, I put in my soil really like I'm making a bread bowl. So think of packing in that soil and just making a nice little cushioned bed for your plant, and you tuck it right in. I usually go around 2/3 full within the pot, and that way I will stick my new plant in that little cocoon that I've made and tuck it in really nice with some extra soil. And once it is there, so that's with the proper positioning of the plant, and I have it where I want it, I'll actually give it a good watering because it's in a new environment and you want to actually lock in that loose soil that you have. And there you have a nice new home for your plants.
There we go. Can I tell you, as we're hopefully coming into a more optimistic era of the pandemic, and hopefully within the year, maybe a little bit sooner, we can have guests back in the studio. I will say again, I am so excited to actually have you in the studio as a guest. I can't wait to have you back.
Likewise, Jason.
Thank you so much, Shayla. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Don't forget, everyone, for more information, go to the plantpenthouse.com and follow Shayla on Instagram as well. She's fantastic, a treasure to our show.